What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking a little bit of fantasy football, and we are going through the first round picks according to Fantasy Pros, the top 12 guys going to start off your drafts. We're going to be diving into each one, what I like, what I don't like, and I'm going to be letting you know whether you should be drafting them or not with a first round pick. First round picks are obviously really important, so you want to make sure you are targeting the right guys. Let's go ahead and get right into this one. The first guy, the number one overall pick going in fantasy drafts, is Christian McCaffrey. If you guys have watched any of my other videos, you already know how I feel about Christian McCaffrey. I do not like Christian McCaffrey for this season. He is on a loaded offense with too many skill players. There's George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. We don't even know their quarterback situation, so that's always going to be an issue. They have Elijah Mitchell, who's a very high-quality running back, but people forget that because he hardly played when Christian McCaffrey was playing last season. So not only are there a lot of skilled players at the wide receiver position, not only is there a quarterback controversy, but there's also a very skilled backup running back right behind him. And if you look at the 49ers' history, they always have hurt quarterbacks, they always have hurt running backs, and Kyle Shanahan is going to have a running back by committee. This is a known fact of what Kyle Shanahan loves to do in the 49ers offense. So I am completely avoiding Christian McCaffrey, especially if I have the number one overall pick. He is going as my running back number 9. That's where I think he'll go this year. And right now, people have him going as the number one pick, as we previously talked about. We're going to keep rolling. The number 2 pick, according to Fantasy Pros, this is all according to Fantasy Pros, remember, is Austin Ekeler. He is the number 2 running back, and he is my number 12 running back, you guys. Number 12. I am not at all a fan of Austin Ekeler. He is in a completely different scenario than last season. All the wide receivers got hurt last season, so what happened? He got all sorts of checkdowns, all sorts of receiving volume because he was the only skilled pass catcher. They also drafted a new rookie wide receiver. Why? Because they want to be throwing the ball more. And why are they going to be throwing the ball more? Because Justin Herbert is on a contract year. All the more reason you should target Justin Herbert in your drafts. They also have a new offensive coordinator who isn't named Joe Lombardi, who threw all sorts of checkdowns to Austin Ekeler in their offensive scheme. Everything that's going on around Austin Ekeler is a brand new situation, and that is exactly why you guys cannot expect Austin Ekeler to repeat what he did last season. The Chargers also, on top of all this, didn't even want to pay Austin Ekeler. They only tossed in $2 million in incentives because they didn't want to keep him on the team. So why would you waste a top 2 pick on a running back that isn't even wanted on his own team and is in a completely different scenario? It does not make any sense, you guys. Number 3, Saquon Barkley. I am completely neutral on Saquon Barkley. I think he is appropriately ranked. He is a workhorse running back. He's going to get all the volume. He doesn't have a committee. He has an unreliable and unknown core of wide receivers on his team. So the offense is guaranteed to run through him just like it has in previous seasons when he's had so much volume. Daniel Jones is a runner who could hoard a few touchdowns near the goal line, so that is something I don't like about Saquon Barkley, along with his contract situation, which is unknown at the moment and could cause potential problems this season. He is going as the RB number 3. I have him as my RB number 5 this season. Number 4, Justin Jefferson. I can't love him any more than he's already ranked because he's number 1, and I think he's number 1 for me as well. He is still the alpha wide receiver on a pass-heavy offense. He has one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL who has proven that he is going to get him the ball no matter what. It could take a while for Jordan Addison to get integrated into the offense being a rookie, so Jefferson could get that much more targets. However, one negative is that TJ Hockenson will be fully integrated into the offense from the get-go this season compared to last season when, just like I talked about with Addison, it took a little bit for TJ Hockenson to get integrated into the offense. Even though he was getting some decent volume, he didn't necessarily know the plays. He didn't necessarily have a lot of chemistry. He was just a skilled tight end out on the field. So I definitely love Justin Jefferson again for this season as my number 1 wide receiver. Number 5, Bijan Robinson. He is entering the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL. He is young, hungry, dynamic, elusive. He's on a team that has one of the top O-lines in the NFL. He can line up anywhere on the field. He is on an offense where he is the number 1 option right away in his rookie season. The Falcons are terrible. Absolutely terrible. They have no good quarterback. They have Drake London. Kyle Pitts was a bust last year. But their receiving game is going to be terrible. Their passing game is going to be terrible. Everything is going to go around Bijan Robinson. And he is everything you guys could possibly want in a running back. I am telling you guys, he is going to be awesome this year. He's going as the RB4, and he is my number 1 running back for the 2023 fantasy football season. Right in front of this guy, Jonathan Taylor, who is primed for a bounce back year, you guys. He is also on one of the top O-lines in the league. He is also on an offense where he is the number 1 guy. The offense will fully revolve around him. The team has a new coach and a new quarterback, which could be the only concern with Anthony Richardson coming in at QB, who has a little bit of rushing upside, I won't lie. But also, right now, Gardner Minshew is the number 1 slated quarterback on the depth chart. So I'm not even worried about Anthony Richardson yet. And even with Anthony Richardson coming in, he's a rookie quarterback, which means to take a lot of pressure off of him, they're going to be running the ball a lot to help him get comfortable on the field. Jonathan Taylor is my number 2 running back, currently going as the number 5 running back and the number 6 pick in drafts. Number 7, my boy, Travis Kelce. He is the only weapon on his team. Pat Mahomes is continuing to force feed him the ball no matter what. Andy Reid continues to design play after play after play for him all over the field. He is so much better than any other tight end in the NFL. It is not even close. So he is so much value as an advantage compared to every other team in your leagues if you get Travis Kelce. The only problem that concerns me is age. But even with that, we haven't seen age be a single factor yet for Kelce. So that is why he is still my number 1 tight end. He's going as the number 1 tight end, and I still love targeting Travis Kelce in the first round this season. Number 8, Jamar Chase. He is primed for a bounce back year. Joe Burrow is in a contract year. Mixon is an unknown for this year with all of the legal allegations going on. They're going to be a pass-heavy offense. All of these things are good signs for Jamar Chase. However, there are several really good receiving weapons around him. Joe Mixon, if he plays, is a very decent running back who can get the job done, and they're going to run the ball a decent amount as well around the goal line. Injuries last season could be a bit of a fear. I don't love to focus on injuries, but it's just in the back of my mind. I'm just pointing it out to you guys. I just want to keep you guys educated. He's my wide receiver 6 going into this season. Everyone else has him as the wide receiver number 2, so I am not quite as high on Jamar Chase as everyone else. Number 9, Tony Pollard. Get me away from Tony Pollard. He has never been a good enough running back to be on his own. The Cowboys have never not had a running back by committee. There will probably be signs of someone joining the team prior to the season starting. Pollard admitted last season that he was gassed when he had to start in the games for Zeke Elliott when Zeke couldn't play and was hurt. He couldn't handle being the workhorse on his own. He was always fresh last season. Why? Because Zeke got 60% of the work. So Tony Pollard was always feeling near 100%. And even when he wasn't on the field all the time, he still managed to get hurt. He broke his leg or something in the playoffs last season. I don't understand why you would draft a guy who has never proven to be able to take over a backfield on his own. So why would he right now? Doesn't make any sense. He's my RB number 14, going as the RB number 6. Moving on, Josh Jacobs doesn't have a great QB, so will likely be in a run-heavy offense. That's a good sign. New QB will also mean, Devontae Adams is now going to be on the team with a less likely quarterback. And there are a lot of question marks beyond Devontae Adams in the passing game. He is all they got now. Jacobs will also be a workhorse with no committee behind him, who will get lots and lots of volume. He does have contract issues, which is a major concern, you guys. He is my running back number 8, going as the running back number 7. Josh Jacobs is placed just fine in drafts where he's going right now. Number 11, Cooper Kupp. He has absolutely nobody around him, you guys. He is the guy just like he was 2 years ago when he went for the Triple Crown. The offense will fully revolve around him, and he is primed for a bounce-back year. He took off the last portion of the year last year to get fully healthy. However, Matt Stafford is not fully healthy, so that is a bit of a concern, along with his injuries from last season. Again, don't focus too much on injuries, but it is in the back of my mind. He is my wide receiver number 4, going as the wide receiver number 3. The last pick of the first round, pick number 12, is Tyreek Hill. He is on one of the most pass-heavy and explosive offenses in the NFL. He has Waddle, who is the only other good player on their entire offense, so everything is going to revolve around those 2 guys. That may scare some of you off because Waddle is a capable wide receiver 1 in his own. However, with Waddle being the only other guy, a non-mobile quarterback, no good running backs, Tyreek Hill is still a very good option. He is still the hardest one-on-one receiver to guard in man coverage. There is no debate about that. He's faster than everyone. He can go by everyone. He's just too quick to not be double covered. He is the most difficult receiver to guard one-on-one. And when Tua's healthy, it's dangerous. We saw that early on last season when Tyreek was the wide receiver 1 for the first several weeks. Him and Cooper Kupp were at the top before Tua got hurt and before Cooper Kupp got hurt. Tyreek Hill is my wide receiver number 5, going as the wide receiver number 4 currently, according to Fantasy Pros ADP. Those are the top 12 picks according to ADP right now. That is my first round draft analysis. I got second round coming, third round coming, fourth round coming. I'm going to keep the content rolling, you guys. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, let me know what you think of these guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.